Hello, Tribe. This is Beverly Holloway, also known as Tekoa Blue Star Trinity, and I am coming to you this evening with the weekly wisdom for the last week of January of 2023. Now, this particular oracle that came forth today for this last week of January is entitled Time to Go. And the essential meaning of this particular oracle is that of endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. So this oracle message that's coming to you from Spirit wants you to know that you are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time for you to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a while. Your destiny is calling you. So it's very important for you to understand where you are right now in your life. It's time for you to take on a new way of being because there's nothing else left for you to do in this particular situation. Some of you all may be in a relationship. Maybe it's reached the end of its course and you need to consider moving on, especially if it's no longer serving your highest good. And it may mean that you may have to take a risk in order for you to move on, even if it means being in transition for some time. Perhaps maybe like myself, my time is up in the city that I'm living in. I don't have a set in concrete address right now, but I'm just going to be on the road in transition until spring or summer, until I actually settle down elsewhere. And so your destiny is calling you. Now, as far as relationships go, it's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time for letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost, although this card that is pulled could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract. It is more about release than destruction. Now, you remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. I know years ago when I was a teenager, I was so in love with this guy. And we dated off and on for about 5.5 years. And I remember when we had broke up at one point, and oh my God, I was devastated. And I remember my father telling me, Bev, don't worry. Just let it go. And if he loves you, he'll be back. And he did come back. We were so in love with each other. But it's so true that if you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, then it's yours. If it doesn't come back, hey, then it was never meant to be in the first place. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. Now, as far as prosperity goes, this particular oracle is clear. The path that you've been on with your work, with your creative projects and business alliances has come to an end, and you will not find the success that you desire by continuing in what is now in front of you. Now, this is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time for you to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You've finished your task and can rest assured that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity for you, even better than any you can even imagine. You have done all you can do. Now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life. And remember that when you close one door, another door opens. Now, as far as your protection goes, even if it appears that you have reached the end of the line, all is lost. It isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later. So consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. Remember that. You are going to lose nothing, but you're going to gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self, that small part of you, has doubts, but that's natural. As it doesn't have the map of your destiny, the soul does. And so your lower self is always going to have doubts, right? But your higher self knows better. It's natural for you to have some doubt, but again, it doesn't have the map of your destiny. Your soul has the map of your destiny. And remember this, that spirit loves you, and it's so important that you trust that. Namaste.